Hello, watchers, and welcome to another episode of Disney Doll's House Build with me. In this episode, we're not going to be doing one issue, but not two, but three, 5, 6, and 7, because there's not much to do on each issue, but each issue has an important piece of the house. But there's just not as much work to do on it, so I thought I'd bundle them together. So let's get started with number 5. I will put down below in the description chapters so you can skip to which issue you need to look at. So in this issue we'll be focusing on Mickey Mouse's room, and we've actually got some wall plates to be working with. We're basically just going to be wallpapering the wall, as daft as that sounds, but yeah. And then we've got some new little accessories for the room as well. I'll show you in more detail in a minute. Then we've got, as usual, our assembly guide. And then a little handy tip here at the bottom to wrap your items in kitchen paper or baking parchment and then store them in a box, because it might be some time before we actually put it on the house. So, and it's to keep dust off it and sunlight as well. This issue is all about Steamboat Willie, Mickey Mouse's first ever cartoon, which was before Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs movie came out. This was released in 1928, which is quite incredible. And then the movie they focus on is 101 Dalmatians, one of my favourite ones. I do own a Dalmatian, so I can relate to some of these characters quite well. They got it quite spot on. And then on the back it's just advertisement for what's coming next week, which won't be next week, it'll be in a little while. So let's get on with putting the wall together. So in this issue we also get some accessories, and look how cute these are. That's a little Minnie Mouse cupcake. Then we've got a little Mickey cupcake as well. These are just adorable. I'll just pop them up there. Then we also get a train. I'm not sure if this is from a movie or not, but I know my instinct is telling me it's the beginning of Dumbo's train. You know, when the train's coming in with the stalks. I've got a funny feeling it's that, maybe. But this is really well made. All the little details of the wheels and the steam engine at the front. It's really nicely done. It's quite large as well, especially when you compare it to the cupcakes. And then, of course, we have our iconic Steamboat Willie, which is just really well done. I think these are all made out of wood apart from the cupcakes. I think they're some sort of resin. But yeah, this is really nice. Nice, nice, nice. And then we've got our bits for our wall, which is a window wall, I'm assuming. And then a coving is what we call it here in the UK. And then a border strip as well, all with little Mickey Mouse's heads on there. And then a very striped yellow. So let's get on with putting these together. Now in the magazine they call this a ceiling edge, but in the UK we call them covings, because they are covering the corner. So it's I think a French word for basically coving. Covering the corner. So basically we want to stick this onto there, but we want to do it as neatly and nicely as possible. And also you want to make sure that your Mickey's head is right at the beginning. So if your wallpaper strip doesn't start at the Mickey head, just cut it to where you need it. So like I could cut mine to there, but because mine is printed right, it'll be fine there, because as you can see, you've got quite a bit extra here. And then we'll also cut that edge as well, and it's just simply a case of just peeling off the back, to like 1 centimeter, and then placing it in the right spot. And making sure it's straight all the way along. Yep, I'm happy with that. So really press it down. But I'm guessing once it's been stuck there for a while, it will get really sticky and you won't be able to peel it off. And then we just simply trim the edge off, but this edge is at an angle, so you need to be wary of that. So you can't really lay it, oh, can we lay it flat? Yes, we can. So you might want to get yourself a pair of scissors to do this rather than using a cutting knife, just to make it a little bit easier. There we go. And then just flatten it down again. My instinct's telling me to keep this little bit of cut off just in case there's any mess ups in a later video. Like if it gets scratched or something like that. That's our covering piece. And moving on to our wall piece. So you want this corner to match up here. And then try and lay it as flat as possible. So again, a big sort of vinyl sticker this really is, but not too shiny. Oh no, it's not a vinyl sticker, I take it back. So okay, so as you're sticking it down slowly but surely, pull the sticker back, but also make sure you're matching up to the edge on this side. Oh. Now the great thing with the window piece in here is you're not going to get any bubbling, because you can just push it towards the middle. So I'm happy with that. And then what you want to do is just score down the edge. Well, not score, cut. So get a nice flush bit. Again, I'm going to save any wallpaper bits, because you never know. Then again, we want to cut this part out in the middle. Now, you don't need to sort of like fold it around the edges, because you're not going to see these edges at a later date, because there'll be a window frame inserted inside it, so don't worry about that. But just use it as a guide to cut along the edge. And hopefully, did it cut at the top? Yes, it did. And again, I'm going to save this bit on the backing paper. Make sure you stick it on the shiny side, not like I've done on the other strip, which is not on the shiny side. does come off easy peel again, but no, as you can tell. So I'll have to get rid of that bit for now. But yeah, I'll keep that bit for later. I'll also stick my Mickey border on there as well, just in case. But yeah, there we have our little wall, window wall. So it should look something like that. Then the next thing we're going to do is glue this into place. When you stick this into place, it should just slot into there like so. But you don't want to match this straight edge up to that side. You want to actually match the side that's at an angle here to the edge of the wall. And the reason for that is because when the next wall comes in, it will match up and there'll be no gap. And then again, whatever we're going to click in place there has got placed this thick. So it's important that you match it up on this side and not the straight side, even though that will be easier. Don't do that. You need to do it on the angled side. So again, we're just going to use some wood glue. I'm actually just going to put it straight in there because it's a nice big area. So it doesn't matter if it comes straight out of the bottle. And then I'm just going to use a toothpick just to spread it along. And then just pop it into place. And the other thing we need to do is just put some either masking tape or washi tape, or I'm using magic scotch tape because I know how easy peel this is off. And we're just going to pop some on here, and it's basically just to keep the coving in place to make sure it dries flat and it doesn't like curve up. I don't think it will do because it's quite a thick piece, but just to make sure it does stay in place. And then just leave it to dry like that for 24 hours. So just pop that up there. So we'll move on to issue 6 now. So again, in this issue, we've got another wall plate to be done. The assembly instructions, which are very straightforward. And then this month's poster is Dumbo the Flying Elephant. I've never seen this image before. It's very sketchy, which is nice. It doesn't feel as finished and polished as what we're used to with modern day photos. So it's interesting to see that type. Then it's all about Cinderella's pink dress because that's the accessory that we've got this month, which is super cute, I've got to admit. Then the movie is all about the Jungle Book in 1967. I did love this movie, and I still get King of the Jungle stuck in my head really badly sometimes. Even without hearing it, it just comes into my head. And then the advertisement again on the back. So for this month, we get Cinderella's dress and a little mannequin for it to stand on. With this nice gold, almost raw iron trim at the bottom, which is really nice. And then Cinderella's pink dress that the mouse helped put together from all of the stepsisters' bits, but unfortunately the stepsisters are horrible people and end up ripping this beautiful frilly dress to pieces. So let's see if we can get this little thing onto the mannequin. But there we have it. But this is how people make these things, I'll never know, because there's such teeny tiny stitching. But that's very cute and very nice indeed. Pop Cinderella over there. Then we've got our wall piece here. So in this issue, it's just a wall piece and a wallpaper. Now, I know that it looks shorter than that, but I know at the bottom there's some wood paneling in a later issue. Now, the other thing to note on here is at the bottom, you can see that they're like a zigzaggy edge, and that's how the walls are going to connect together. It's a later date, as you can see, like that. So as the same with last time, you want the wallpaper to be stuck this way around, so this corner needs to go here, but bearing in mind there's a little angle all the way up here, it's not a straight edge, so it just needs to pop on there like so. So you'll be able, when you look at it flat, you'll be able to see a little bit of the MDF, and then put it as straight as possible again. So then just peel it off just a little bit, get it into the right position. And then peel it off like so. And keeping a straight edge all the way along this side. Not quite straight, so let's just move it over just a little. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then lay it flat. So as with the other one, you just cut down the edge. We'll keep that strip as well. Add it to this one. So as you can see, it will fit together like so. And so we'll move on to issue 7. So issue 7, a little bit contents page, a little bit of what's coming up in issue 8, which is going to be the piano. And then what we get in this month's issue, we get a lovely flooring plate. I'll show you in a second. The assembly instructions. And then also telling you about if you get any air bubbles in the wallpaper and what you need to do. And then Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast, because we've got a little Cogsworth, which I'm very excited about. Beauty and the Beast is my favourite. All throughout time since I first watched it. And then the movie is actually The Rescuers, which I don't know too much about. I think I've only seen The Rescuers once. I did enjoy it, I think, but again, it was a long time ago. I'll have to rewatch that. That's the beauty about Disney Plus. You can just put on any movie now. And then another advertisement. Oh, do we not get a poster? Ooh, we not got a poster this issue. Interesting. So in this issue, we got our floor, which I love this pattern. This is parquet floor. It's very beautiful. And then the other side, it's just veneered like that. But yeah, this is really nice. And then of course you've got your Mickey heads of the finishing decoration on the floor. But yeah, this is really, really nice. But we won't be sticking anything to this. So this is just a piece that you need to save for later. So I'll just pop him there. And then the other little bits we got is a little mini Cogsworth, which is really well done. Even the detailing on the back. So Cogsworth's really nice. And then our little book set as well, representative of Beauty and the Beast and Belle, her library of books. Put that there. And then we also get a coving piece. Here as well, which on one side you've got an angle, on both sides you've got an angle. Because they're going to fit, hopefully slot together quite nicely. So the only assembly, I believe, is sticking the wallpaper piece on here, but matching it up to the other piece. And then sticking that piece onto last issue's piece. So we need to do some thinking here, because we need to get, hopefully, that bit to join up to that bit. So it needs to be cut sort of at an angle, I think. So because mine here has got a little bit of the flower pattern or the leaf pattern, so I need to stick mine just a little bit over on the edge there. So there's a little bit of guesswork going on here. Oh, we'll cut this side first. So I folded mine over the edge just a little bit in hopes that there won't be any marking. Yep, so it joins up. The design hopefully joins up quite nicely now. And then again, it's just the same principle of gluing this into place, but again, making sure you try and match the angles up as well as you can. But again, don't align this bit straight up. It's this side that needs to be aligned better to match the side. Because this side will get covered, as you can see, when you slot it together. So that bit will get covered anyway. So again, just put some wood glue down here. Here's my stick gun. And then just spread it around here. And then pop them in here. Make sure it's lined up. And then again, just putting a little bit of masking tape or magic tape or washi tape to keep him from standing up. Again, I keep putting the masking tape exactly where we don't want. There we go. So it goes over the top like that, so it can sort of clamp it into place. There we go. And then just leave those to dry for 24 hours. So that's it for issues 5, 6, and 7. A lot of issues. I know it seems like a lot, but as you can tell, there wasn't much work to be done. Just putting these 2 walls together. And then, of course, collecting our little accessories. Issue 8, I believe you just get a piano for the aristocats room, I should say. But I believe the piano you put together yourself rather than just getting one complete piano. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes together. I'm guessing it's going to be quite fiddly because it does look quite detailed. Yeah, so thanks so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this series. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are building along as well and how many issues you've got up to. So yeah, let me know in the comments below where you guys are at and how you're getting along, or if you've got any problems or questions that I might be able to help you with. By all means, don't be afraid to ask me. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope I see you in the next issue. Bye.